Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as they come up. And together, we shall support our great leader, ﷺ Kanu, IPOB, and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality. He say, Nigerian judges weep as ECOWAS, an international criminal court, plans to ban them for committing judicial suicide on ﷺ Kanu's case. The Fulani Nigerian government fights Central Bank of Nigeria as Fulani terrorist bandits wept because of Naira change that will affect their kidnap business. They wept. And that made the Fulani Minister of Finance to blast the Central Bank governor that they will never allow the Central Bank governor to redesign the Naira note because it's going to affect the Fulani terrorists. According to report, Hariwa to Court of Appeal said they have shot themselves in the leg, committing judicial suicide. Vexed by the decision of the appeal court to grant the prayers of Buhari impostor and Abubakar Malami, made by the appellate, quashing all charges filed against ﷺ Kanu, which the Fulani Nigerian government disobeyed, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HORIWA, has described the judiciary as a captive of the executive arm of government. HORIWA said by this cowardice manifested in the granting of the stay of execution to a disobedient appellant. The Court of Appeal has justified the resort to self-help measures by disenchanted citizens, since it is no longer possible for justice to be obtained in the court of the law and complied with by the government, and then the same court will certify the gross indiscipline and treachery of the central government in flouting the unambiguous order of the court made in compliance with Section 6 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. HORIWA condemned the capitulation to the whims and caprice of the President of Nigeria by the Court of Appeal, wondering why the court did not insist that the Fulani Nigerian government first obeys the judgment before appealing. HORIWA said the court has been blackmailed into shooting themselves on the leg and thereby amputating justice. Today is indeed a calamitous day for the Nigerian judiciary, whereby the wheels of justice was derailed by political correctness and fear of the unknown. HORIWA said it is appealed that the hierarchy of the Court of Appeal was so provoked by the decision of the three-member panel of justice to quash charges against ﷺ Kanu that it reportedly made punitive transfer affecting a member of that panel even before the belated application for stay of execution was filed. The right group questions the moral high ground of the Fulani Nigerian government to rush to the appeal court after the Federal Attorney General and Minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malami, has used media platforms to impinge and discredit the panelists who freed Mazen Amdekanu. Oriwan lamented, however, that despite the publicized notice of intent by the Fulani Nigerian government not to ever respect judgment of the Court of Appeal, the same Court of Appeal certified the illegality and the act of impunity and treachery of the Fulani Nigerian government. Oriwa recalled that the appellate court, in an unanimous decision by a three-man panel led by Justice Haruna Sanami, granted the application the Fulani Nigerian government brought for stay of execution of the judgment pending the hearing and determination of the appeal it lodged before the Supreme Court. However, the appellate court ordered the Fulani Nigerian government to within 7 days transmit the record of appeal as well as its verdict on the matter to the apex court to enable speedy determination of the case. Carpeting the Court of Appeal for making itself an effective political hostage and captive of the executive arm of government, Oriwa said the decision to suspend their own well-conceived and legally sound and well-grounded judgment amount to judicial suicide by the Court of Appeal, and it is similar to hitting the dead nail on the coffin of judicial independence. Even as Oriwa said, the appeal court's decision is shameful, laughable, and irrational. Very useless set of judges. The Fulani terrorist, Nigerian Minister of Finance, ԶA, blasted the Fulani slave central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, for planning to redesign the Nigerian currency, Naira. She is very angry with the central bank governor because redesigning the Naira will affect the Fulani terrorist kidnapping business and the Fulani Janjaweed vote buying rigging plans. Ms. Ahmed lamented that she wasn't consulted and that Buhari impostor was misinformed by Emefiele. Ms. Ahmed, who encouraged Buhari impostor to borrow Nigeria into bondage because of her cluelessness, lied that the Naira change would affect the value of Naira just to cover up for the Fulani terrorist bandits who have billions of Naira they've hidden in their forest camps. My brothers and my sisters, you can see what is happening. The leader of Yoruba Nation, a self-determination group, Professor Banji Akintoye, has blasted the Fulani slave boy, Bola Tinubu, that his presidential ambition was about personal interest, and his Emilokon chant has shown that his interest in Nigerian presidency was personal and not for the welfare of the Yoruba people. Just like the Biafran politicians, Professor Akintoye accused Tinubu of betraying the Yoruba people in their quest for freedom from the terrorist Nigerian state. Just as Biafran politicians betray Biafrans as well. Professor Akintoye dismissed claims by Ľ that he endorsed Tinubu for presidency, just as the vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, also debunked claim that he's supporting Tinubu's Muslim ticket. The National Association of Nigerian Students also denied that they are that they endorsed Tinubu for presidency, you can see that the Fulani slave boy, Tinubu, is desperate. He is one of the biggest haters of Biafra. He's an enemy of Biafrans. He will do anything to destroy referendum. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. Bye-bye for now.